Everyone, this is Teacher Joanne, and I'm here to show you how to use different online manipulatives in your math lessons. So for today, we will talk about the Rekenrek. Okay, so the manipulative that you see here on your screen is called the Rekenrek, or you can also name this or call this as, counting beads. So what does it look like? You have two poles here, right? And then at the top pole, you have gray beads and some red beads. At the bottom pole, you also have gray beads and red beads. And what's cool about this is, the child can slide the beads from, one side to another, right? There you go. Okay, so how do we use this? Okay, number one, so for young students, such as, in those in preschool, kindergarten up to grade 1, the Rekenrek or counting beads are used to develop one-to-one correspondence in counting. What do we mean by one-to-one correspondence? It's, the ability to count the object only once, and the beads help students do that because when they slide one bead as they count, see, that stops them from counting it again. All right, so how do we do this? Okay, let's say, okay, let's count 1 to 10. We go 1, 2, so I'm sliding the beads, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so you can make it fun by trying to extend, the number as you slide it. Okay, so that's one way to do it. Notice also that you can have the kids play around with this by um, exploring and noticing that, yeah, you can also move the beads by twos. Okay, so I hope you can see that by counting the beads one by one and sliding them to one side, it stops the kids from, counting the same bead twice. And so it develops one-to-one correspondence. Okay, that's number one. Now you can also use the Rekenrek for in counting beads more than 10. Okay, and this time we'll count using the place value method. So how does that work? So again, you count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 10, right? Okay. And then I will use the bottom beads and I will say, okay, now we have 10. And what if I slide here? What is that? So this is 10 and 1. 10 and 1 make 11. Okay. And how about this one? This is 10 and 2. 10 and 2 make 12. And what this one? 10 and 3. 10 and 3 make 13. Now, why do we break down the numbers? Because again, Singapore math and um, uh, it's a good practice to develop kids' ability to break down the numbers, for them to see patterns and for them to have no power over these numbers. So this is 10 and 3, and sorry, 10 and 3 make 13. And this is 10 and 4, 14, 10 and 5, 15, and so on and so forth. So there you go. Two ways to use the Rekenrek for counting.